What's up, Lit P people? This is another great episode of Life in the Pocket. We're talking about my coronavirus story, and we just want to let you know to unfollow coronavirus on Instagram and follow us where you need to follow us and subscribe where you need to subscribe. Got to bring that back.
You bring it
We're
back.
coming up on new intro territory.
Yeah,
for sure.
I thought about that the other day.
I just had a great idea.
Do it in Lit P Studios.
Yes, but
Yeah, do it
better.
live.
Ooh,
Oh,
do it live.
nice.
Have y'all seen that video of
Dude,
Bill O'Reilly? Y'all know who Bill O'Reilly is? There's this
of O'Reilly Auto Parts?
Oh, of him messing up?
Yes,
Yes.
and he's
O'Reilly
it's him trying to do an outro on
Auto Parts.
whatever.
Like Fox.
I
or
guess
something.
it's on Fox,
Yeah.
and he's trying to do the outro to his show, and I guess the teleprompter is like messing up, or it says something that he doesn't understand, and he's trying to say it, and he's like,
He's getting mad.
he freaking
yeah,
rages.
yeah.
He rages. He's like, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
We'll do it live, and he's like throwing stuff, and then he turns it on for the camera. And he's like, and now we're gonna cut to this, and then after it's over, he's like, it shows like a like security cam footage of like the room that he's in, and he's like throwing stuff, and it's like beep 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 beep. It's like bleeping
and then
everything
flash
out.
to the scene of Joker, where Joker just shoots that guy in the face.
Dude, so I
You wanna
haven't
talk-
seen that movie, and I
Oh, sorry.
Bro.
kind of accidentally watched that scene the other day.
How?
You want to talk about...
was Facebook or
It was
something?
on one of those like screen. It was like basically reading the originals. It was the original script was scrolling, and you could see like the like script kind of come to life, I guess, is what the
Yeah.
intention is. And I watched it and was not expecting.
Talk about
that to
like
happen.
top 3 most jarring scenes in film ever.
Yeah.
When I walked out of
It
the
was
Joker,
shocking.
I was like, I don't want to say disturbed, but like literally,
Bothered.
yes.
Yeah.
A bothered silence came over me for like an hour. And
Yeah.
I just kind of walked around and
Here's
was like,
the
this is
problem with
weird.
that.
I think we already talked about this movie.
We did. This is this thought that I'm about to give is in general about kind of dark movies, which I honestly don't think weird things of me, but I just kind of enjoy movies like that. Not demonic movies, not even really horror movies, but like movies that are sort of just dark in
It's
nature.
really
Yeah.
exposing the corruption of humanity.
Yeah, but sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Sick.
talking about like. So, have y'all ever seen the movie Zodiac?
No,
I
and
have
I
not.
forgot. I should have watched that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not endorsing the movie or anything, but I mean,
You did.
It
You
is a
just
very
did.
good movie.
You're endorsing
it's
it.
about the Zodiac killings, all this stuff, which the Zodiac killer was never found. The movie makes some.
It's me.
Makes some. I mean, it's a Hollywood film. Like it's stacked cast. Downey Jr.
Oh,
Gyllenhaal.
I'm gonna. Is it on
Ruffalo.
Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Too bad I don't watch Netflix because they're
Yeah,
evil.
stupid cutie.
Gotcha. You guys thought I was gonna go on Netflix? No, I'm a Christian.
Yeah,
I watched this on Netflix before that.
Yeah, I don't watch Netflix
Yeah.
anymore. I just have a jailbroken Fire Stick.
Dude, what does that get you?
It's worse than what's on Netflix. I can promise you that.
The point is I'm not watching Netflix. Now I'm stealing movies illegally because I'm a Christian.
Wow.
Nice.
So anyway,
Okay.
where I was about to go with that, there's also a movie called Prisoners that's
there's also
really
a movie
great.
called Cuties.
really great movie, but very dark. Again, stacked cast, Jackman, Gyllenhaal again.
Oh.
This is a theme.
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal is one of my favorites, especially in that genre. Whew, he thrives. That's a great movie too. But here's where I was going with that. So I love to go to the movies, and movies are starting to become,
Legal
you can-
again?
Yeah, legal again. I can't wait to go to a movie and just get some popcorn and enjoy a movie.
Amen.
Anyway, I wanted to go see Tenet, but it didn't end up going.
Movie sucks.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Really? You're just gonna like?
Did you
just
see it?
sucks. No, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not gonna write it off that quick.
No, I've seen. I mean,
I know you've seen it, but
It's
I'm
got
still
there's a
gonna
lot
see
of
it.
hoopla out there about it though.
There, I'll give you. I can give you a. We can talk about it I won't spoil anything, but I'll tell you why I didn't like it.
Okay, let me
And
finish
why
my
a lot
thought,
of
and
people.
then I want to talk about that because I was very excited about that movie, and now I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah. You just said it.
You should still go see it.
I'm gonna see it for sure. But what I was saying is their movies are becoming legal again and all this, and so
The prohibition is ending.
it's ending, and so I like movies like that, and I really like to go and see movies in theaters if I can. You know,
Yeah.
the problem is that mainly I'm going to go see movies with Molly, right? And Molly doesn't like to see anything that resembles dark or scary in a movie theater. She gets really anxious and thinks that somebody's going to shoot up the theater and stuff like that. Gets very fearful.
I have the opposite experience. I feel way more comfortable watching like scary, disturbing stuff
Really?
in the
In a
theater.
theater.
Because at home, it's like it gets connected with my home, with
That
my
is true.
space.
That is true. So where I was going with this is that is sick.
Yo,
Why didn't I do this from the start?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That's great. That's really great.
Wonderful.
If you're not watching
welcome to
on
the
YouTube,
future.
you need to be because you'll if you don't even know what we're talking about right now, go on YouTube and watch this.
Yeah, this is a staple moment.
Skip to the whatever count, whatever timer count you're at. I don't know what the words are.
Right now we're at 6 minutes and 27 seconds.
Yeah, so go to that on the video and you'll know what we're talking about. So anyway, me and Molly, so this, again, no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, okay? Me and Molly enjoy, there's certain series of movies that we enjoy, and we're not like just huge fans of the horror genre, but I think these fall in those. We're fans of the Purge series for reasons unknown. I mean, it's not like an incredible series or anything, but we started watching them, and now we have to see them.
I
right?
liked the first one for sure.
Oh yeah, the first and second one I think to me are very good. The third after the second one it gets kind of just like what's going on. But so Purge election year came out. I guess it was probably in 2016.
2016. Are you Sean Connery?
So me and Molly were gonna go on Tuesday at Tinseltown, $5 day. To see it, right? And this is the first time that something like this happened, and I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again and waste my money. So we barely get in the theater, and Molly is already like
on edge,
terrified.
Yeah.
She's like, we have to leave.
I've thought about it sometimes.
After like 5 minutes, she's like, we've got to go. And I'm like, but babe, we like paid for these tickets. Like,
We paid $10.
I'm like, I don't really care about the movie that much, but like I paid for this. Like I want to like. It's money. We had to leave.
Money.
But here's the thing: I would go to movies like this by myself. But there's also I saw Prisoners in I was the only one in like my family / friend group that cared to see this movie apparently, and I finally went and saw it by myself at Regal 9. Okay, I think I might have explained this experience to you before.
You explain it to me.
I haven't heard about it.
It's a very, it's a dark movie. It's about.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's basically long.
It's about prisoners.
Plot, shortened down. These two parents, they both have kids the same age. Their kids are playing, and their kids get abducted, and they're trying to.
Crap!
They're trying to find their kids.
Like kidnapped or by aliens?
No, by
Is it like
people
taken?
abducted.
I'm
And they're
gonna
trying to find who did it, and they don't feel like the cops are helping enough, so they start to take matters into their own hands with people that they suspect. Anyway, it's a good movie, but it's dark. And I went and saw this by myself at Regal 9. Regal 9 is not frequented. I think it's officially out of business now.
Bossier Corners.
Yeah. And I went and saw it, and I was the only one in the theater. Okay. Actually, let me make a correction. There were two other people in the theater
That could have killed you.
that were sitting a few rows behind me that came in and
Ominously.
yeah, they came in, sat down, and before the movie started, they left. And they didn't come back. So the whole movie I'm thinking, are those people going to come back? That was just in the back of my head the whole time.
They're just like,
so eventually, 30 minutes into the movie, I'm kind of scared because I'm the only one I'm all alone. I'm watching this kind of scary movie on a big screen. It's in an old theater where I've seen hardly anyone.
Yeah.
It smells a little bit like
I'm like,
asbestos.
I'm moving
Like
to
when
the
you-
back row.
Yeah, when you walk in this theater, it's like a theater that was once in its heyday is just a ghost town.
So you know how the theaters at the boardwalk in Tinseltown, they have like you walk in and then there's like the upper level and the lower level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At this, like it was just one level. Like
Yeah.
you walk in the door and you walk down, and it's just
Right.
all one level. So I'm like, oh, I'm kind of nervous right now. I'm gonna move to the back, so if someone comes in, I know about it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I sat the whole movie back there at this, and I was just kind of on edge, and it added to the movie experience. I'm not gonna lie, like it was very like intense.
10 out of 10.
The whole movie was intense.
The movie
And
was riveting.
It ended, and I was like, wow, holy cow, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah.
And then I walked out of the theater. It was like 9 p.m. at this point. It was raining outside, and it was
course.
dark. It was dark already. And I walk out of the theater. Again, this place isn't super frequented. Like it's pretty, it's like a Thursday night or something random. And I walk out, and there's no one in there. I don't see a worker when I walk through the lobby. I don't see anybody walking around in the theater at all. There's no one there. So it's like super ominous. There's no music playing. There's nothing going on. And I'm like, this is really freaky right now. I walk outside. It's raining. It's dark outside. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was very sketched out for the next few days. Like I was just like, it weighed on
I
me.
just escaped death.
And so I say all that to say, like, I can't go see movies like that with Molly anymore. But I also don't want to go see movies like that by myself because it's kind of scary to go see those kinds of movies by yourself. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, will you guys go see dark movies with me when they come out?
I was
That
just about
wanna
to
see?
say, next time, just call me. Those are my favorite.
All right, good.
But I've been in a couple movies by myself, or not, just me and whoever was there.
Yeah.
But
I guess it also is different if the movie theater has other people, like, a bunch of other people in it. It wouldn't have bothered me as much. I remember I went and saw a movie by myself for like the first time when I was like 14, 13, whenever I went and saw I Am Legend by myself.
Oh.
Nobody else wanted to see that movie with me. So I was just like, I'll just go by myself. I don't care. And my mom like thought I was weird because she had to like drop me off. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to see a movie by myself. Like, it's not that weird. She was like,
he's
"That's
probably
very
doing
weird."
drugs.
Pick me up in 2 hours, okay?
Yeah, so I went and saw I Am Legend. There was a lot of other people in the theater at that point, and that was a good movie experience. Like I remember, it was that was an intense movie, but I mean, it was.
Dude.
There was other people experiencing with me, even though I was sitting by myself.
I saw Avengers Endgame by myself at like midnight on my birthday.
wow,
That's a sad story.
It
What a
was
moment.
it was both depressing and liberating.
Wait, is Endgame the second one, or part 1 or 2?
I think there's just one, isn't there? No, there's not. You're right.
Endgame, and then there's
Endgame is part 2.
Not Infinity War.
That's right. Infinity War is part 1.
Like this was the finale.
That's it.
This is
Got
the
it.
big one.
Well, that's not that
And-
depressing.
well-
the first one's more depressing.
No. I just mean the situation.
Got
it's
it.
like,
Got it.
this was my
Did you buy yourself popcorn?
no.
You didn't even eat.
Wow.
It was kind of thing
Wow.
where like the movie had come out. I was like single. All my friend.
Update. Won't he do it?
Psych. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Shout out to
Stace.
Houston girl.
We got to bleep that out again.
All right, let me go ahead
Did we
and type in
did,
this.
did
I
we
did.
Okay, we bleeped
Yeah.
it out last time. All right, good.
It's just
Sorry.
a bit at this point.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I did the exact same thing last time.
Yeah,
I didn't even
shout-
finish the name, but like,
Shout out to Houston girl.
yeah,
You know who you are.
H-Town,
And she
down.
listens. She listens.
Does she really? That's so encouraging.
Wow.
Isn't it?
That's
well,
like the
so
one.
then she knows that we want her to share her side of the whole
She knows.
debacle.
She knows.
And she also secretly loves it when she gets mentioned on the pod when I talk about it.
yeah,
I know she talks.
Stacy.
Hey,
Shout
what?
out to Stace.
Another belief. Another belief.
Like when I talk about the concept of her being like in the Lit P canon,
Yeah.
she's like, oh my gosh, no. But then like
then
I know,
She
She's like-
secretly likes
I
it.
know secretly
Yeah,
she
does.
loves it.
She loves
so
it.
shout out to Houston girl.
Yeah, right on,
Now
bro.
she was not, available at the time that I saw Endgame. So
Right.
this was
She
I
was
think
taken.
another great movie. But yeah.
Great series, really.
Yeah.
But so the point is, I was
That's another
single.
one that
All
me
my
and Molly really
all my
enjoy.
friends had already seen it, and I was just like, "Screw it, I'm going
I would have gone
to see
bro.
it." I went to the last showing. It was my birthday. I was alone.
Like 10:30 to like 1 a.m.
I got out after midnight
Yeah.
for sure. It was a long movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
It's very long.
it was kind of liberate. I was like,
Wow,
I'm
this is a
doing
rite
this
of
for me.
passage,
This is
yeah.
like self-care.
Yeah. Wow.
But really, you're
Self-care
just
is
by
very-
yourself watching a movie.
Yeah. But it was like a thing because I was like, I
Yes.
won't go see a movie by myself because it's weird and I'm
Yeah.
embarrassed. But I was like,
See, I've never like
I'm doing it.
I'll go eat in restaurants by myself.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I still haven't done that.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
do that.
Yeah, I have no
I
problem.
don't even care.
My wife thinks I'm absolutely strange, and when she was like, "So who all did you go to lunch with?"
No one?
Nobody. Or you ate inside? Well, I'm not going to eat in my freaking car.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that's
Anyways,
COVID dining.
I hate. I know I'm getting old because when I'm driving and I'm like on a road trip, and I have to get lunch or something, I don't want
me either.
because here's the thing: I'm always driving. Usually, if I'm on a road trip, and I don't want to eat in the car while I'm driving, and I don't even really want to eat if I'm not driving in the car. Like that's just not a good eating experience.
Yeah, I get that.
Unless the car is parked. I mean, it's not that bad.
But still, it's not
I
great.
am always advocating. I'm like, let's just run in and eat it inside.
It'll
Like,
be fast.
It's not going
You
to
got to enjoy the ambiance of the restaurant. I mean, eating
Yeah.
it in your car is not the full experience.
Especially at places like Wings and Rice.
Well, that one, that's
You
probably
sit
one
on like an
exception.
outdoor picnic
Yeah.
table inside of a place where, yeah.
No, dude, they upgraded. They got permanent tables now.
And they have bigger TVs. Remember how
They
they
still
had
have the
those?
red boots.
Dude, they got a curved TV in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Sick.
have arrived on the
Remember
scene.
when each
Curved
table had like a
TV.
mini
Curved.
5-inch
I remember.
TV?
I remember.
Yeah, it was like it's like the urinals at Buffalo Wild Wings,
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it is.
which I don't know what the ladies' restroom is like, obviously. But if you don't know about the men's restroom at Buffalo Wild Wings, they literally have tiny little TVs. So, a urinal.
So you don't miss the moment while you're taking the tea.
You stand right there in front of a urinal, and they're literally at eye level.
It's like
is
how
just a little TV.
It's how my
monitor.
toddler watches like her iPad. It's like literally so close that like you're
Yes.
like, how do you even focus on that?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to be like
Yeah.
So,
shout out to my double chin. All right.
as promised, this
Shout
episode, we're going to start the Corona
The COVID.
Chronicles.
Right. And
I don't know.
COVID Chronicles.
I started
Yeah.
to say this earlier, but I have some theories, right? I have some theories. I talked to you at short length about some of these theories on the phone.
And one of them was great. I never
here's the
thought
thing.
about it until you
Here's
brought it
the
up.
thing. So here's my problem. And trust me, this is not, I know that the coronavirus is real. I'm not trying to say it's not real. I'm not trying to say this is a conspiracy. I'm not trying to say any of those things. Here's what I'm trying to say is that Hunter had a sinus infection and also happened to be, well, I'll let you tell your whole story, but your symptoms do not line up with the symptoms of the coronavirus that have officially been released to the public. And here's my problem with the whole scenario is no one knows how to gauge whether they have coronavirus
There's
or not.
so many
because
symptoms.
everybody just keeps adding symptoms.
Yeah.
It started out as, you lose your taste and you lose your sense of smell.
It
and
started out as like a throat.
your throat hurts and you
Dry
have a
cough.
dry cough.
Unproductive
And then,
dry
Then
cough.
soon it became clear that most people were losing their sense of taste and smell. Now it's literally every symptom.
Everything.
Yeah, you
Every
have blue
symptom ever.
toenails.
Yeah, literally.
If your
my-
pee is yellow slightly, coronavirus.
my face is broken out this week. Coronavirus.
Yeah.
This is where I'm starting
Yeah,
to
you got a
just
rash?
wonder.
Coronavirus.
I'm not starting to wonder if coronavirus is real. I'm starting to wonder if we are all, okay, let's say, Hunter, you tell your story and then I'm going to give a theory here.
So all this started on Monday, October. Maybe it wasn't October. No, it would have
What day
been
was your kid
Monday,
born? What's
September.
your kid's birthday?
Well, it's before that. So it was Monday. No, you're right. Yeah. So Monday, October 5th. Okay. We had, I had 2 days that I was working. My wife was supposed to be induced on the 7th.
yeah.
And so I worked Monday and Tuesday. One of those days, one of the guys that we worked with was there. I talked to him briefly in his office, which was more than 6 feet apart for 10 minutes. And then we ate lunch. I was going to ride with him to lunch, did not ride with him. Ended up driving myself because he had to do something.
Spoilers, it wouldn't have mattered if you did ride with him.
Yeah. So, and then even we ate at a Mexican restaurant, but we never shared the same bowl of chips. So I was on the opposite end of the table away from him. So
What Mexican restaurant was it?
Posados. I hate that place.
Uh-oh. Continue.
So, that was probably the contraction day, or it could have been Sunday because there's one person that was around this guy on Sunday that got it as well. But I don't remember being in close proximity to him on Sunday either. So Tuesday, he doesn't show up to work.
Uh-oh.
And so I was like, where's Scotty? And they're like, well, he went in last night. He got a COVID test. We're going to know the results sometime today. So I was like, you got to be freaking. Like, I'm about to have a child.
Yeah, they're not going to let me into the
exactly.
freaking hospital.
So I don't think too much about it. We don't get any results that day. Wednesday morning, we go in. We're supposed to get there like 5, but Lindsay was having contractions a little bit earlier, so we got there like 4:30, 30 minutes early. Have the baby at like 11, I think, on Wednesday, October 7th. And it was like an hour after the baby was born. Kevin, our pastor, calls me and he goes, hey, congratulations on the baby. Scotty tested positive.
Nice.
And so, what I say
exactly
is,
what every new father wants to hear.
Yeah, I'm in the hospital with a wife and a newborn baby. And I've been with them for like a solid, I've been in close proximity to them for a while now at this point. And then, so I respond, I'm like, oh yeah, great, wonderful. And he's like, well, it's not really great. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to go home and lock myself in a closet? Or anyway, so, and at this point on Wednesday, I had sinus stuff, which I literally, it's like every other week, at least 2 times a month. My nose, I have bad allergies, so like my nose will get stopped up, and I have stuff in my throat. I'm sure you can go back on all the Lit P episodes, and I'm doing this because it's like that's
literally
all I
every
do.
episode.
So, and everybody knows
That's
that.
because Hunter was the birthplace of
Probably,
COVID-19.
probably. So
Hunter is not Chinese.
In cahoots with Wings and Rice.
So I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I mean, I have this all the time, and I feel fine.
Right.
So then, I'm starting to think about it more, and then we get home, and like the first night we get home, I just feel like my sinuses have gotten worse than normal, which normally I go to I assume sinus infection.
A Scientologist.
Yeah. And so, but like I feel weird. Like the whole time I just feel weird. I don't feel sick. I haven't had a fever because due to coronavirus, you have to get your temperature checked every time you go in the hospital.
Right.
So literally every day, multiple times a day, I had my temperature checked, never had a fever. I was checking it when I went home too to make sure I didn't have a fever because I didn't want to be embarrassed when I walked up there and they said I did have a fever. I'd rather just say, hey, I have a fever and not go up there. That's the reason why. And so I get home and I start to feel weird. But I think it was mainly because all the pressure in my head and nose was kind of throwing my equilibrium off. And so, but like never felt fatigue, never had a fever, all this kind of stuff. So, but the more and more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I'm kind of getting worried, not about Lindsay, but like the new baby.
Yeah,
because like you don't know, you look it up, but there's things that say like most of the time babies are fine, they don't have a problem. But there's very few cases where they do. So, but anyways, I'm just thinking about it, I'm just making sure. So then Gavin, he's like, hey, I want to make a call on Sunday. Now Mark has it. And I just want to see if you have it. I just got tested today. So he said, go get tested. So I go get tested. I start my testing process at 8:00 that morning. I go to Willis Knight and Quick Care. they say we only do the 3-day test. And I was like, what if I sign up for the clinical trial? That's this thing to where they give you these pills, and I could have got $3,600, but they didn't call me back. I guess because I didn't have enough symptoms. Yeah.
Where is this?
Willis Knighton. It's not really Willis Knighton, but if you test positive, I can send you a link to where they'll take you in, they'll give you 2 pills, and they'll take your blood, and then you just call and give them a day-by-day diary kind of thing. And then, like, I know 2 people that got the full $3,600.
This sounds incredible.
Yeah.
This sounds like, okay.
That could fund Lit P Studios.
It literally could.
Yeah.
This whole place could be just done. Like, what? Yes.
So,
okay.
anyways, they never called me back, but the point
if
was
any of you guys have COVID, hit us up.
Yeah, we want to use you. But so that was the thing is if you agree to do the clinical trial, they'll give you the rapid test. They're like, we're not doing that anymore. So they're like, the place across the street, like the Shumpert over there by Airline High School, will do it. So I went there. They just didn't answer. They're like, stand outside this door and call this number. And like it rang for like 30 minutes. So then I go back over there. I'm mad at this point. And I'm just going to get the 3-day test, whatever. So I go back over there. I'm waiting to get the 3-day test. Then Gavin calls me. He's like, have you got the test yet? And I was like, all I can find is a 3-day test. He's like, if I can line you up a rapid test, would you go do it? And I was like, sure. And so then he's like, this place will do you a rapid test. So go to this place. So then I go to the Velocity Care on Uri Drive, which is like Shumpert's Quick Care. Mm-hmm. And at this point, though, I didn't eat breakfast. I thought it was going to be a quick test.
Velocity.
I left at 8 o'clock that morning, and now it's like 12 when I get to Velocity Care.
So you're already feeling, getting
I'm
the
hungry.
shakes.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I still got a little bit of like nasal symptoms. Okay, fast forward to 3 o'clock. I'm sitting in the room waiting for my results. I've been at this place for 3 hours. I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm angry.
Oh my
I have no more nasal congestion, no more headache, no more any of that kind of stuff. And he walks in, he's like, well, I came back and you're positive. And I was like, there's no way I'm positive. He's like, it says you're positive. And I was like, yeah, like I'm mad. At this point, I'm going to give me my paper.
Are you sure?
Leave. Yeah.
No?
Well,
give me my doctor's note. I want to get out of here.
So I go home. I'm like expecting it to get worse. I mean, I guess it did flare back up, like my congestion, but other than that, it was fine.
You didn't show any of the traditional. This is what I was getting.
I had nasal congestion, a headache because of the head congestion.
Sure.
And like it was one of those headaches where it's like in the front of when like have you ever had a headache and when you breathe in cold air it makes the headache worse?
Oh yeah.
That's how you know it's a nasal or it's a congestion headache. So that's literally all I had.
Okay. So here's where I'm getting. And this is not, don't hear me wrong on this. This is not to make light of the coronavirus. This is not to be insensitive to anyone who's had the coronavirus and had a bad experience or lost loved ones. I am very sensitive to this issue. This is not me making light of it. But it seems there's a lot of people like Hunter that are having these, either stuff that they've had all the time, like sinus infection or sinus drainage or whatever, or like I had a migraine the other day, or just stuff that they've had their whole life that they know what it is, but then they go and get tested and they have coronavirus. Here's what I'm saying. Is it possible that Hunter is asymptomatic for coronavirus, but also happens to have symptoms of normal cold and sinus issues that he's had his entire life?
That's definitely possible.
Is it possible that coronavirus, the presence of coronavirus isn't causing any symptoms, but also it could be weakening your immune system, making you more susceptible to other things that you're normally susceptible to?
Which would have turned my normal congestion into like a sinus infection.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Could it be that you
said you weren't a doctor?
I'm not a doctor, but I could have been. No, I'm just kidding. But
just a conspirator.
Yeah, sure. I'm a world-class conspirator. So Could it be?
But this
that
is not
if
a
you
conspiracy.
Okay, this is what I'm talking
Hang
about.
on, I thought you was a Republican.
Someone that we know had. I'm not going to disclose any names. Obviously, someone we know had coronavirus. Their symptoms, you ask, a rash and diarrhea.
Yeah, that was it.
That does not fit the mold. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Could it be that the presence of coronavirus, the actual virus, brings you the levels of your what's it called? Your antibodies, your things that keep you from getting sick.
The white blood cells.
Yeah, that level is weakened. Therefore, I'm typically okay. Here's what happens to me every single year. I get laryngitis/pharyngitis /upper respiratory infection,
laryngitis,
once or twice a year.
All the laryngitises, he gets them.
Usually around February is when I get it. Almost every year, like clockwork.
So COVID is the Trojan horse.
I lose my voice. I get super drainage. My throat gets really sore. It happens every single year. Could it be that if I got coronavirus right now, that my body has a tendency to be weak towards whatever germs or whatever causes me to get pharyngitis, laryngitis every single year? Could it be that when I get coronavirus, the virus lowers my guards down and I get those things more easily? I don't show symptoms for coronavirus. Maybe my body is strong enough, or my immune system is strong enough to fight off those symptoms. I don't know. I'm completely...
I want to take it a step further into conspiratorial discussion.
Okay. Oh boy.
Here we go.
So here's another thing that happened. And the main reason I wanted to know, and the main reason I was worried was because I had a newborn, and like we called the pediatrician, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine. If he has symptoms, take him in," and he's been perfectly fine, which is great. That was the main reason I was worried about it. But here's the weird part: is I got a call like 3 or 4 days ago from the Louisiana Department of Health contact tracing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this is where...
I didn't even know that was a thing.
They're tracing it, man.
So, yeah, and this is where it felt weird to me, is I wanted to play my part. I normally am a guy where I'm like, I don't want you... I understand that, like...
You thought you should do your civic duty.
Yes. I understand that, like... I understand that technology has more of my information than I care to give out, and I'm okay with that.
Sure.
But on the same playing field, I'm very wary about giving people too much information that I don't know
100%,
who they are.
100%.
So, this guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, we're with contact tracing. First, let me go ahead and tell you." He's like, first he's saying, "What are your symptoms?" And he's like, "I'm going to list some symptoms, and you tell me which ones you had." And it was like cough, congestion, runny nose, headache, dry eyes, red eyes.
Hold on, pause. Dry ice is a symptom now?
No, dry eyes.
Wait a second.
Hold on. You talking about what you
Yes.
what you make like Dippin' Dots with?
Yes. It's a symptom.
Word. No, that's not made with dry ice.
Dippin' Dots.
What do you make dry ice with?
I don't know how to do that.
How do you make it?
I think you have to work at Cyport.
Sorry.
You put
what
water.
do you make with dry ice?
Steam,
I don't know.
smoke.
Yeah. It's no. I thought it was made just to keep things cool for a longer amount of time.
It is, but they like at Cyport. I think they make ice cream with it.
No,
right?
that's liquid nitrogen.
That's what they make Dippin' Dots with too. Okay,
Nitro dots.
Continue.
Anyway, so it's like diarrhea. That like all the he literally listed like 50 things.
Yeah.
50 symptoms.
symptom.
And it was like
hair.
No. Runny or stuffy nose, congestion. Yes, I had that. And then
Itchy
the rest
left
was like
elbow.
And so here's where it gets weird though. He goes, "So where do you think that you got it from?" I was like, "I'm pretty confident I got it at work on a Monday." "Where do you work?" So I was like, "Work at First Baptist Church, Halton." "What's the address? What's the number?" And then he was like, that's what they said. They said, "All this is confidential, and you don't have to give us, if you don't feel comfortable answering,
All right, then I
you don't
won't.
have to answer." So then
Dude, just Google it, bro.
it was. He said. So you got it from a coworker? Yes.
Who?
Well, I'm not there yet. So then he was like, so how long were you exposed? What were the conditions? And so I explained what would have been my exposure. And he goes, all right, I need the number of this business again. And so I was like,
You didn't write it down the first
yeah.
time?
So I gave it to him a second time and he goes, and do you mind telling me, or if he got off this, he said, he said, who lives at home with you? And so I said, my wife and my 2 kids. And he goes, what's your wife's name? And I was like, I don't feel comfortable answering that. How old is your wife? So I said, I don't feel comfortable answering any questions about that. And then he goes, all right, what was the name of the man that you think exposed you? And so, boop, hung up the phone. No. And like, that was weird.
Yes, bro.
Like, I wanted to help out, but it just felt so weird to me. So
here's my fear.
I didn't buy into it.
Dude, you're going to wind up, in your driveway with a dart in your neck.
Because I get it, like tracing.
It's like knocked out.
What's the point of tracing it? I don't, like.
They could be watching us right now.
I guess to know.
Hit the deck.
At this point.
That's why you need to download NordVPN. That's our sponsor. I'm just kidding. Literally, why are VPNs such a popular sponsor?
This is why 30 minutes ago I ordered Vulcan Quick Mag.
Yeah.
Discount link in the description below.
Okay.
Vulcan/LitP.
So I have been wanting
Enter code
actually.
LitP20 for 20% off.
This is my fear.
That'd be sick.
That-
Vulcan, if you're out there.
That is not constitutional.
Yeah, well, he didn't force him.
He didn't force
yeah,
it.
you're
You
right.
can ask any questions you want.
Here's my fear.
Hey, what's your
It was
social
weird.
security number?
It was so weird. I felt
Here's
like
my
I
fear
was.
is I think that the government can use stuff like this pandemic, to test the boundaries of
100%.
of how much they can control. And I think that's why I think a lot of people started getting upset whenever numbers are going down as far as coronavirus outbreak numbers. The curve has been flattened, and yet we're still locked up in our houses. That's why people start. You know what I'm trying to say.
Like McDonald's needs to open.
Yeah,
It's
well,
ridiculous.
Let
Cane's-
me in the lobby.
Here's the part.
Give me my 6-count
McDonald's
Happy
doesn't
Meal.
bother me. The one I get the most angry about is Cane's. Open
up
the
your
freaking doors, Cane's.
I'm tired
Here's
of
the
eating chicken strips
Because
in my vehicle.
No, go into Cane's. You have no amount of time to get home before your nuggets or your chicken strips are soggy and your bread is soggy.
And let me tell
too.
you something. A hot and spicy, I can eat it with one hand while I drive. Okay, I only need 2 hands to open up the wrapper before I hit the road. But a box of chicken with
styrofoam box.
a cup of sauce and French fries and a piece of Texas toast, I need at least both of my own hands.
Yes. Amen.
And maybe one more.
Amen.
I cannot eat that while I drive.
And here's
Okay.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Let me in the building. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Here's the thing.
Somebody needs to hear this.
Here's the thing with Cane's. I have a conspiracy about Cane's too. Why all of a sudden Cane's locks their doors? All of a sudden there's a double line around that place. There was never even close to that many people inside at all times.
That's probably why they haven't opened them back because business is booming.
That's what I'm trying to say. Literally, there has to be a cop at Cane's directing traffic
And that-
at any time of the day.
That is a compact little parking lot.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying.
It's awful.
It's all psychological.
I haven't,
All psychological.
I haven't
You
gone.
drive by a restaurant like Chick-fil-A that there's a line around the building, 2 lines around the building.
Yeah.
3 if you're in Bossier.
Your brain says, I have to have whatever that is. I have to go there. No matter how long it
My
takes,
brain says,
I have to.
frick no.
I
I'm
have
not
to
getting
have
that
it.
line.
I have to have it. That's why I think they've had lines around the building every time.
Yeah.
That's why I think it happens that way. But I agree. I hate the fact that they're not open yet, and on the inside, and I hate the fact that they're. Hold on, I don't hate it on the inside. I hate the fact that their inside isn't open. Sorry, I
Yeah.
have to clarify there.
Right.
But here's what I'm trying to say is I think that the government, if you give them just a little, if you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile.
Yeah.
And once they take that, it's really hard to give that little thing back. It might seem small, but you can't get it back. It's a lot harder to get
Just
something
like your
back
virginity.
from the exactly like your virginity. You can't get it back once it's gone. Now, with government, it is possible
So
to get
listen
it back.
to me.
With government,
Don't let the
Grab a
government
whole
take
tub it
your
with
virginity.
both hands. Grab a whole tub it with both hands and don't ever let go. Never.
never let
Never
go of it.
Oh my gosh, this
Ever.
took a turn.
This took a turn, but it's true.
Anyway,
With
you're
government,
right.
there's at least a 1% chance one day you'll get back whatever rights you gave up.
No.
But with your virginity, that's never possible. It's always gone.
That's
That's right.
It can be redeemed by the blood of Jesus,
That's
Amen.
right.
but it can never be gotten
Give
back.
them an inch, they take a mile. And you give them your lunch money, and you'll never eat again. And you give them your phone number, and they'll take your guns.
Exactly.
And that's how it happens.
All my guns are unregistered. Or
so
not registered to me.
So far, mine as well.
Right. I've
Yes.
scratched the serial number off all my guns. That's how I know I'm safe.
Silencers, too.
I'm a felon.
So, yeah. Hold on.
Just kidding. For
It's-
the
yeah,
FBI
your,
agent,
your
list-
mic has been kind of behaving
for the
strangely.
FBI agent listening right now, that was purely
A joke.
made in jest, not
Made in
true.
jest.
Yeah, I ingested.
Step on that bad boy.
Ooh.
It's like it'll lose low end.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys.
Well, I know he's been doing a lot of like this and that.
Well, I knew when I got going like this, it would go off, but now it's back. It's back.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah.
He's back. That is episode 5. He's back.
What?
Voldemort's back.
Oh, we got some
Yeah, I know. I heard that as well. That's the first time I've heard that though.
plosives.
Cornelius Fudge is a fudge head.
freaking fudge bag is what he is.
That
Wait,
guy
is it fudge
sucks.
or fudge?
No,
It's not fudge. It's
fudge.
as soon as I
You've
said it,
obviously never read the book.
I think that book number 5, really the main goal of book number
How do
5
we
is
wind
to
up
get
here
you to
every-
absolutely hate Dolores Umbridge.
for
Like if
sure.
Dolores Umbridge would have been just eaten alive, I wouldn't have cared. I would have read every
Let's-
second of it and
would've
eaten it up.
applauded.
Let's talk about how
eating it up.
Harry has one of the most iconic lines of all time.
What but that's in the second the
Is it?
it's are you
That's-
talking
no,
about
no.
when he goes to the Ministry of Magic again?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about in the forest when the centaurs are carrying Dolores Umbridge off, and she's obviously
Oh.
scared for her life. And she says, Harry, tell them I mean no harm.
And
And Harry
yes.
whips out. Earlier in the movie, spoilers, Dolores Umbridge had tortured Harry by making him write lines, and
Yes.
the lines engraved in his hand by
Yeah.
way of a spell. And she made him write, I must not tell lies. And later in that movie, he has the ultimate fan service line and book. It's in the book as well, I think.
I must not. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I don't think it's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
Are you
He
sure?
said, I'm sorry, Professor. I must not tell lies. And then she's like, getting carried off.
Because I remember in the movies
Yeah, suck on that, Dolores.
Yeah.
remember when he
Stupid
takes
Dolores.
the polyjuice potion and he
Umbridge,
goes
more
in
like
the Ministry of
Dumbridge.
Magic and he's standing next to his wife or he's in there for some reason
Yep.
and he goes, I'm sorry, I mustn't tell lies. I don't know if that's in the books. I haven't got that far yet, but that's one of the times he says it too.
Okay.
But then he in the book he says that in the forest,
Yeah.
which is an epic
It-
moment.
it's in the movie. It's in the 5th movie. You're talking about that's in Deathly Hallows Part 1.
yes.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And then another thing too is Fred and George when they bust out of Hogwarts. So much cooler in the book than it is in the movie.
What a vibe. Because I don't even think in the movie or in the book it's tainted by Harry having one of his Voldemort visions, is it? I think that's just, they did that in the movie to like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, the whole Voldemort vision thing did not come across in the movie
No,
well.
it didn't. It really did.
I know we keep talking about this, but I'm just I'm
like
in
that
it
weird scene where he's in
at the station.
at the station,
Yeah.
and Voldemort's in like a all black suit, and you're like, what even is happening right
Yeah.
now? Why
And
is he
then
wearing a suit?
Anytime the main dream he has of him in the Ministry of Magic going towards the door, it's like a 2-second thing, and
Yeah.
so it's like Voldemort station door. Harry kissing somebody, and then it's like all this stuff, and you're like, it doesn't make any sense.
And then there's that heavy vision of freaking Arthur Weasley getting yanked by a snake, bro.
Terrible.
Dude, it's ravenous.
Yes.
That snake, Nagini, is straight just absolutely eating Arthur's lunch.
Have you read the books?
I don't know if I've kind of
You read like the second book or something?
no
weird.
like my when I was a kid.
You weren't allowed.
No, I was.
Oh.
It was a process of several years, but my mom read them to me.
Oh, yeah. So another thing, book 5, when they go to St. Mungo's, they should have put that in the movie. That was cool.
That was cool. It was cool.
Anyways.
Yeah, they cut. There's a lot of stuff, especially in the 5th book, because that thing is massive.
Yeah.
So Hunter got COVID.
Yeah, Hunter got COVID. COVID itself, the virus, is not a conspiracy, but I think
There's a lot of surrounding.
There's things surrounding COVID that are very questionable. That's what I'm saying. I'm not making
sure.
light. I'm
For
not
sure.
making light of COVID itself at all. Obviously, you had it. You didn't get insanely sick, but you had it nonetheless.
COVID has as many questionable elements as you have power outlets.
That is so true.
Wow.
That is very
maybe
true.
even more so.
Wow.
It's really
And
saying something.
That's very true, and I couldn't agree more.
Those are our statements on the coronavirus,
Amen, brother.
COVID-19, 2020.
Yep.
Well, this has been another great episode of Life in the Pocket.
And as always, coronavirus sucks.
Unfollow coronavirus on Instagram.
Wow.
That's a good vibe.
Wow.
That's a vibe.
Yeah, I like that.
Unfollow COVID-19 on Instagram. And if you happen to have any symptom today, just know you probably have coronavirus.
And that's the thing. Like, everybody that's been tested that I've talked to, they were like, well, one guy said, he was like, I'm pretty sure I had it. But the other guy that gave it to me was like, Hunter, he's like, because I was talking to him outside when I was waiting. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have it, though. He goes, I'm sure you don't have it, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I would have bet my paycheck I did not have it. And I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to have it. And I did.
Classic. And now the government owns you. Now
keep
that
your
you've been
guard up.
tested.
Yeah, now they know where I live.
Keep
now
your
that,
guard up.
Now that you've
America.
been tested, that means you're chipped, bro.
This is America for now.
Was that what the test was?
Enjoy it while
Dude,
you
that's
laugh.
what
It kinda
people-
stung when they
that's-
put it in my nose.
That's what they're saying.
And
man.
then, another thing, the
That's
nose
what they're
swab.
saying.
You
The
being
nose swab
chipped.
was not a big deal.
Yeah, you never even talked about the nose swab.
the nose swab, because I was like so
Nothing to talk
terrified.
about.
The rapid test is the nose swab. The mouth, the 3-day test, the mouth swab was worse because she was like, "I'm gonna put it in the back of your throat." And I
She
was
did
like,
both?
well, I went.
The
remember I
3-day
got
test
two
was the
different-
best.
Oh.
Bro, there's a conspiracy about the communication and descriptions of the tests, because I've told multiple people. I said, I've heard that it's not that bad because a lot of times they don't even go up your nose like everybody says. Like, they just go to the back of your throat, or they just swab the inside of your nose, whatever. And they're like, that's fake.
They just scoop out an eyeball and put
That's
it in
fake.
a jar.
That's fake. Yeah, the only reliable coronavirus test goes to the back of your throat through your nose. And I'm like, okay. All right.
Yeah. So this one was. I mean, she went deep in my nose. Like it was like uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like I've had stuff like go deep in, like when it's not, that feeling when water splashes up in your nose.
Yeah.
Not that at all. Like
Yeah.
I was fine. I mean,
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting.
So we'll leave you to
Chew
think.
on that for
Yeah,
a
we'll leave
little
you
bit.
to chew on all these conspiracies
Chew on
surrounding
it.
coronavirus.
And that begs the question. If you don't need to go all the way to the back of your throat through your nose, why are they?
This is another great episode of Live in the Pocket. Do all the things, and yeah.
Yeah. Unfollow coronavirus on Instagram.